Welcome, everyone. My name's Carl Messina, and with me today, I've got Dr. Young-Soo Kim, another edition of the Health Forum. How are you today, Dr. Kim?
How's it going? You look
It's going
fine today.
fantastic. It's going fantastic. Hey, I'm excited to be talking to you today. We're going to be talking about cholesterol and,
Yes.
more importantly, the statins, the medication
Yes.
to lower your cholesterol.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just not lowering cholesterol. It's a lot more important than that. So today, by the way, do you know which drugs sell most in the world?
I'm sorry? What was that again?
Which drugs sell most?
Which drugs sell most? I would
Yes.
probably say the cholesterol.
This drug,
Because
the
there's
cholesterol
so
lowering
many
drug sells
ones.
most.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And then there was a depression drug, but this thing sells most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the unhealthy levels of cholesterol, which
Yes.
obviously lead to high blood cholesterol. Where should people be falling in
It's like this.
ranges?
There are a few kinds of cholesterol, and
Yep.
HDL, which is high density lipoprotein. So you should remember this. HDL it should be high, and the opposite is LDL, low density lipoprotein. So high protein should be high, low density protein should be low. So usually they are divided those two numbers so that they look at the ratio.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, cholesterol is something like a wax. It's a waxy stuff, and it's in all cells of the body, and it is needed for production of hormones, vitamin D, and other substances. It's an essential thing, but if it is too much, it accumulates in the bloodstream, and it can build up in the arteries, and then it increases the risk of many diseases. So it's an essential thing. Cholesterol is bad. That's a wrong idea. Cholesterol is good, but not too much. That's the point.
When the plaque starts to build up, Dr. Kim, in the arteries, how does it affect the liver?
Really bad. The liver, kidney, even though we assign a very biological or anatomical name, it is nothing but the ball of veins, small, fine capillaries, and then a lot of nerves, and then enzymes. It's a ball of fine arteries, fine capillaries. So imagine what's going to happen if the wax is all clogged up, in those blood streams. So and then it blocks some arteries, some capillaries. Then the oxygen and nutrition, and then the blood doesn't go there, and then there's an inflammation, and it grows and grows. So too much cholesterol in liver or in kidney are not good either. Very, very bad, actually. By the way, later we'll have the chance to talk about kidney, and then the kidney. People are not really focusing on this issue, but many kidney problems can be improved greatly if they lower so-called LDL. Later, we'll just come back here.
Okay. What are some of the causes that create high levels of cholesterol? I know for some people it's hereditary, and obviously there's some bad foods that contribute tremendously to cholesterol as well. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, some people even saturated fat, and then the stress, and then the all this. There are many reasons, actually. So there are so many reasons. So people even think that it's hereditary, but I think that the lifestyle, and then high cholesterol, high blood sugar, high blood pressure, all these things seems to come all at the same time. So it has something to do with with the age, and then our modern lifestyle, eating too much, lack of exercise, all contribute to that.
Yep. What are some of the telltale signs, that would be indicative of someone to experience with high cholesterol?
No sign at all. It just happens only after you have coronary vascular diseases such as heart attack, and then you find out you have a high cholesterol. So it's a number. Before we didn't know we have these issues, but it's just a number right now. And then later they found out this is the distant cause of all these coronary vascular diseases. So basically there were quite a number of controversies, and then there were flip-flops of conclusions. For example, there at first was a debate about whether cholesterol is bad or good. Now, there are times when people still believe that cholesterol is good, but there was a flip-flop of conclusions. But right now, consensus is too high cholesterol level of this low-density lipoprotein is bad. So right now, there's a consensus. And then there was even a consensus about whether statin drug, which is cholesterol-lowering drug, whether statin is good or bad. There was the debate, flip-flop, and then right now the conclusion is, even though it has many side effects, it is very, very important. Now that's the consensus.
Yeah, I mean, there's as far as statin meds are concerned, I've got a few of them over here. There's the Lipitor, there's Lescol XL, there's Altoprev, Livalo, Cravachol, Zocor, Flolipid. I mean, there's so many different names that they have. Are they all the same, Dr. Kim, or do they?
It came from the same root, and then they changed it a little bit at the branches, but basically it's statin. Usually the statin class of medications name ended something statin. So yeah. But that's just the people want to avoid breaching on somebody else's patent, but still wants to sell a drug. So that's basically the commercial thing.
No, I understand. There's people are experiencing a tremendous amount of side effects. I mean, I've heard of people getting headaches, dizziness, feeling sick, digestive system challenges, muscle pain. Even low blood platelet counts.
Basically, the most serious side effect is muscle-related problem, loss of muscle and muscle pain and muscle weakness. Those are the most frequently cited side effects. But some people have nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, and then constipation. But the most serious one is liver damage.
Liver damage.
Yeah. But there are two things I'd like to mention as one of the side effects of this statin is it increases diabetes.
That's what I heard. I heard that as well, well as the myopathy, like you said, the muscles and tenderness.
And then memory.
Now the liver damage, can't that turn into hepatitis, Dr. Kim?
It's different. Hepatitis is inflammation, but this one basically statin works in this way. This low density lipoprotein LDL is produced from liver, and then this statin prevents one enzyme in the liver from working. So, as I told you, liver is a bowl with lots of enzyme, and all those enzymes are related to each other, right? And then if you block the working of one enzyme, it affects all others, and then sometimes accidents happens.
Yeah, and I also heard when once a lot of people start taking these statins, Dr. Kim, that the continuation of these statins, it tends to inhibit the synthesis of the cholesterol in the body. Is that correct?
It happens. So That's why. Okay, let me just go to my point. You know, medical doctors. Okay, medical doctors. We ask them. We are not talking about what drugs they prescribe to their patients. We ask them, what drugs do you take as a preventive? Not because they have any disease, but as a prevention, what drugs do you take? And then the most cited preventive drug they take is statin. Because they believe statin can have anti-inflammation. So it just comes down to inflammation. It prevents cancer. It prevents cardiovascular diseases, such as heart attack, and then the many other chronic diseases. So it has a kind of a general health improving effect, side effects, not only for lowering cholesterol, but it has other good side effects. That's why doctors take this thing as a preventive drugs, but they know it has side effects we just discussed. Yeah. Therefore, we tell them we have a natural statin made from 100% natural source, and then we found ways to reduce or attenuate the side effects. Again, with natural means, they just jump at our products. That's why we sell most of our product to doctors. Our product is called R2, and then it is from China, and then we just found it again by a very interesting accident, and then we also found it through I should say miraculous or coincidental encounter with some very wise man. So we succeeded in reducing or removing the side effects. But what's lucky is we got the approval from Canadian government. That's for the
R2.
Yeah, so it is a steady seller. It's a steady seller. But again, I'd like to mention is this. During the this pandemic, we all had vaccines, and either whether you had a vaccines or not, most of us had this COVID, right? Yes. A person has a serious symptom, the other person doesn't, but everybody almost had, because it's such a contagious disease, right? Problem is 1 year after, okay? 1 year after you either have vaccination, 1 year after you actually, has infected the virus, 1 year after, they have the aftermath. Many of them have myocarditis, the inflammation of muscle in the heart, and then so we have distributors in Korea, and then 20% of them got this cardiovascular disaster. They almost died, and then many of my friends have this accidents these days. So also I knew this may happen, so I just kept on telling people you should take this thing as a prevention of all these cardiovascular accidents. And then people who had this thing didn't have this cardiovascular accidents. Also, they recovered a lot faster.
Wow. Now with the R2, the product that you have, the R2 product, Dr. Kim. Is that something that people can actually stop taking, or is that something that you would recommend that they take it on a regular basis in replacement of?
I don't have a cholesterol issue, but I take it. But my wife has precaution. My wife has a high cholesterol, and then so the way it takes is you keep on taking your regular cholesterol this pharmaceutical drug. At the same time, you take this natural cholesterol lowering drug at the same time, and then doctors say, "Oh, you reduce this pharmaceutical drugs." They test and they know, oh, something happened, and then you don't need these pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it just keeps going, and then this one is from rice. Rice, and then
it's from rice. The product is from rice. Really?
It's a fungus that grows on the surface of the rice, and it is very difficult to make. And
how did you find out about this, Dr. Kim? I mean, that's amazing.
Look at all these books.
Yeah.
And then how I lost my own hairs. I have friends because they know that we are looking for these natural cures, natural substances. Also, they know that I'm keenly interested in replacing pharmaceutical, synthetic chemical drugs with natural substance. When they find something, they just let us know. I'm well connected. Also, probably I know whom to ask questions, and I know what to ask questions. And then when I found something, I just start a team, and then okay, you go out and then find out how to reduce the side effects. So this one also, we succeeded in finding natural ways to reduce the side effects. So whenever we say, doctors, okay, you take the pharmaceutical statin as a preventive drug, we have a natural substance, and then we also succeeded in reducing the side effect. They just buy our products. We sell quite a bit to doctors.
Yeah, I understand too that there's a tremendous amount of Eastern physicians that love your product, and as a matter of fact, it's starting to become very prevalent among the Western physicians.
You know, I think the United States government should pass a law to make every citizen should take our product or go to jail.
Well, especially due to the fact that you're sharing with me that very little to no side effects with the natural products. I mean.
Yeah, I just told everybody should take a product as a half joke, but if you compare the medical cost, once a person has a cardiovascular accident, heart attack, stroke, how much money does it take to accommodate one day? And then I think this is still the most important cause of death in the United States. So everybody takes this thing natural and then good for your health anyhow, and everybody's happy. Let me make some money, and they say, what's wrong?
Yeah. Well, I've even heard of some dramatic cases where there's people from taking a lot of the statins have actually had kidney transplants.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Let me tell you what, when you have a kidney transplant, right? Most of the kidney transplant happens because somebody already had a serious diabetes, right? And then when one has a transplant, you have to take the immunosuppressant, because even though it is a kidney that fits your DNA profile, it still is somebody else's. So you have to suppress the immune response. So you have to take immunosuppressant every day. That immunosuppressant invites diabetes again. So that's why kidney transplant should happen every so many years. So a second one, third one, something like that. Our product, we have two products that's needed for this kidney transplant patients. One is our product. The other product lowers insulin resistance so that the immunosuppressant does not cause the diabetes again for these transplant patients. Second one is this IL-2. IL-2, there is a number that's creatinine. creatinine. That's the number that shows how much of damage is happening inside the kidney. That's a number. So if the number is down, that means his kidney is functioning. If that number is high, that means a lot of self-destruction is happening inside the kidney, and then that's the level of waste of that self-destruction. Our product kind of lowers creatinine so dramatically, people are surprised. So for transplant, kidney transplant patient, this is a must.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is a well documented theory, and that is a well proven effect of this pharmaceutical statin and this natural statin too. So even though they think of this thing as just a lowering cholesterol, no, there are many more serious uses, as well as, Carl, remember, when people have steroid, we discussed this morning, right? When people have steroid, they have kidney damage. This is the answer.
Yeah. Now the statins, I've heard a lot of people that are on it that say their doctors have told them, it's a lifetime penance for them. It's not something that they're going to get off of once they start on the statins, because the statins actually, once again, they inhibit the synthesis of the cholesterol, within your body.
They say so. They say that once you take this thing, you have to take this thing forever, and then because the body's own function to produce natural cholesterol is already down, and then the beauty of natural substance is that natural substance do not have such problem. So natural substance, natural substance do not have this habit forming properties of this synthetic chemical pharmaceutical drugs. So that's why we should rely on natural substance rather than pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah. Well, I've even heard a lot of neurological side effects where the FDA warns that some people have actually developed memory loss or confusion while taking some of the statins. And they say that when they stop taking them, it actually reverses once you stop taking the medication. So the statins were obviously a cause.
Exactly.
In effect, of memory loss.
Exactly. Yeah. There's no question. So they say that those cases are rare, but I encountered a lot more than I wanted to believe it is the case. So there are quite a bit of cases like that. So we should be watchful about their side effects actually.
Do you have some? Could you share some testimonials of some people that you've actually had an opportunity of working with that have been using your products?
Oh yeah, as I said, that this one is we sell this quite a bit, and then mostly to doctors, and then the doctors come and say, I quit the chemical statin, and then I stay normal, and then also this kidney transplant patients come and say, my creatinine level is down, so I don't have to worry about having second kidney transplant. So if you go up on the YouTube and then type in Eleutin, our company brand name, and then type in cholesterol, there are many testimonials, video testimonials. Yeah. We have many, and we have studies, approvals, and cases. We have data. Yeah.
Excellent, Dr. Kim. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add to this? Because I think I think we've covered quite a bit over here, and it's
let's say apart from vitamins, okay? Apart from vitamins, what would people take as a preventive stuff? Not because one has a disease, but as a prevention. I think this one and again natural aspirin. Those two things. Those two things are probably the most valuable preventive stuff we should take at ordinary times, not because we have disease, but because there's a prevention. That's the last thing I want to add.
Okay, very good. Well, Dr. Kim, once again, very informational. And I think anybody that's interested, go to the site. Let's take a look at, what you have here and,
Okay.
jump on it as an alternative to the statins.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Carl.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. I look forward to talking to you again soon. We'll talk next week. Thank you so much. Have a good day now.
Yeah.